The women ran out of the tomb. The early wind struck their faces cold, but no longer the cold of hopelessness. Their hearts were trembling and overflowing with joy. Trembling because they had stood before a power that opened stone and dropped soldiers to the ground. Overflowing because death was no longer the final wall. Their hearts hammered like war drums. The spice jars in their hands suddenly felt unnecessary because they were no longer carrying oil for the dead. They were carrying news for the living one. On the way, Jesus himself appeared to them. He did not come with thunder or spectacle, but with a presence full of peace. They fell in worship, the soul's natural response when it meets again the one it thought it had lost. Tears spilled, but not the tears of mourning, tears of redemption. Meanwhile, the other disciples were still curled up in fear. A locked room, a flickering oil lamp, air heavy with anxiety. They had watched their teacher die and knew their own weakness, one who denied him, others who fled, those who stayed silent. If he could be killed, they could be next. Their faith was a lamp about to go out, waiting for a new flame carried back by the brave women. And so the good news began to spread from the mouths of those society discounted the most, women. The tomb is empty. The angel said he is risen. It sounded too wild, too impossible, yet the shock itself pulled the disciples up from the pit of despair. Peter ran. Another disciple ran with him. Sandals slapped against uneven stone. Breath rushed through cold air. Their hearts pounded as they ran the thin line between hope and fear, hoping it was true, terrified they would be crushed by disappointment one last time. They reached the tomb and bent low to look into the dark, cold hollow. Nobody. Only the linen cloths lying there and the face covering folded separately in its place. This was not the mess of a hurried theft, not the careless work of human hands. It carried a strange order and an unearthly calm that didn't belong to grief, an emptiness not accidental but appointed. Peter stood speechless. The disciple who once swore he would die for his teacher, then denied him before the rooster crowed, had no excuses left in front of the empty tomb.